Yeah, yeah. Draft day, Johnny Manziel. 5 years later, how am I the man still? Draft day, A. Wiggins. That other side, we stay winning.
Coming in hot, baby.
Oh man, you know I had to do it for you.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the fourth edition of our NFL Draft Day special. We just came over from Vosh Lombardi's Draft Day party bars. I got my guy Fuster King with us. We're going to review the top 15 picks, and then we'll talk about what's happening and how we can get to the Cowboys pick at 26. But what's good, my brother Foots, as we carry over the conversation over on the volume. How you feeling, man? So far for this draft, how you feeling?
It's been an extremely entertaining
Ass.
NFL draft.
Ass.
It's been an extremely entertaining draft. I think that we are actually in great shape, and I'm just gonna leave it at that, Sky.
Just gonna leave
We're in great shape. I'm not gonna come in with any negativity. We're in great shape.
And the only thing negative, man, is those mother Eagles ended up getting Jalen Carter at 10. But like we said earlier, though, I don't think anything has happened here just quite yet that is extremely out of the ordinary. And the 15th pick has rolled in. It's so crazy. I said we are going to come in at pick 15, and boom, we came in exactly at pick 15. And Will McDonald, pick 15 to the New York Jets. Foots, before we review the rest of the draft, kind of get your breakdown on Will McDonald. We've been talking about him a lot and how it could fit for the Jets.
Well, I mean, the Jets just keep on building a good football team. You know, Will McDonald, and shout out to Vosh Lombardi for having him on.
I know he pissed
his
over
channel.
Right now.
Yeah, I know he is as well. You look at Will McDonald, just a guy who he hasn't even reached his ceiling, and the way that they used him at Iowa State, I don't think he was used correctly. You know, you get him with Saleh, and a lot of people may have thought that this Jets pick would have been an offensive player. Saleh says nope, because they just picked up Aaron Rodgers. Well, let's get pieces. Nope. We're going to continue to make a strength of ours a strength. Pass rushing that. Now, they already have a good D-line, right, Sky?
Yeah.
And now you go out and get Will McDonald, and now it's like, hey, we're going to go get after Josh Allen. We're going to go get after Tua. We're going to go get after, Mac Jones. We're going to try to win the AFC East. I like the pick.
Yeah, this is good. They went out and got A-Rod, so they could have went wide receiver here, but they had Garrett Wilson already. Keep adding to that defense. That's already nice. Will McDonald could come in there. He doesn't have to be, the guy early on. He could just be a part of that defense. Good for them. A little sad. I like Will. But look, this kind of validates what we said about Will McDonald. A lot of people were kind of like, Will McDonald, but he went top 15 in the first round of the NFL draft. The hype is real with this kid.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest with you. The shock to me is that every receiver is still on the board.
Really?
Yeah, and let me make sure that.
The shock. I'm talking about the shock.
Well,
they're all on the board, but
because Green Bay, Jackson Smith,
and they took
right.
Let's review the draft right quick.
Okay, let's do the review.
Bryce Young went number 1, CJ Stroud 2. The craziest thing that happened to me in this draft is that the Texans traded from 12 to 3. So they got back-to-back picks, which is pretty dope. But they took Will Anderson, who was considered the best pass rusher in the draft. So that was the top 3. Then Anthony Richardson went 4. So 3 to 4 picks were quarterbacks. Then Witherspoon, Paris Johnson, Tyree Wilson, Bijan, Jalen Carter to the Eagles, Darnell Wright to Chicago, Peter Skoronski to Tennessee, Jahmyr Gibbs to Detroit, which that's your boy, Gibbs, right? He kind of went really high. 2 running backs, y'all, in the top 12. Pretty interesting. Lucas Van Ness to Green Bay, Broderick Jones to Pittsburgh, and Will McDonald was the last pick with Washington on the clock.
Green Bay felt like a spot for receiver. Tennessee could have been. You could have talked me into a receiver opposite of their guy that they drafted last year. I know Washington isn't going receiver. Watch quarterback for Washington here.
According to Peter Schrager, they are happy with Sam Howell. And he's been kind of spot on so far in this draft, man. He talked about the 2 running backs going in round 1, the quarterback situation. But Hey man, they could go Hendon Hooker here. Is Will Levis still on the board? I believe he is.
Levis is still on the board.
Levis still on the board.
I'm looking at my tracker
Yep,
as
he
well,
is.
and I don't see Levis has went. Now, Scott, the question is going to be, as we turn this to a Cowboys conversation, right?
Yes.
Somebody that you have um, notoriously been high on is Zay Flowers. I'm not taking a tight end over Zay Flowers. I wouldn't take a tight end over Jackson. I just don't know how the Cowboys view these receivers. I've never seen anything like this. Like, we saw CeeDee Lamb fall, but we also saw other good receivers go in the first round. The league is all in agreement on these receivers, guys. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I get it. Like, if your number one guy is a 4-5 athlete in Jackson Smith and Jigba, there's no Jamar Chase. But
No.
I think what's happened now is like, man, like this is quite incredible. Scott, we're gonna have to do some research on the last time that there hasn't been a receiver in the top 10. I can't tell you.
Well, right now we're top 15. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's happened in a few years. I can't remember. But the Cowboys, to turn it back to the Cowboys, look, we were just kind of talking about this over on Watches, where we have the guys we like, we have the board, we like, we have them stacked how we have them stacked. But if it sounds like the Cowboys don't have these receivers stacked higher than these tight ends, and that's something you were even saying, right, about Mayer and some of these other tight ends being better pass catching guys than some of these receivers. So, yes, I love Zay. I don't know that they love him enough more than these tight ends. So I feel like if they get to 26 and both of these tight ends, and talking about Kincaid and talking about Washington, please, this Musgrave and this Laporta stuff is kind of wild. But if both of these tight ends are there, I feel like it just feels like tight end is what we're hearing in the wind and everything. But maybe it's still smokescreen. Maybe.
Okay, so if you're gonna go tight end, to me it has to be Kincaid or what's our guy from
Mayer?
Notre Dame or Mayer. It can't be Musgrave. It can't be Laporta. You need a guy who's played big time football. I'm not saying that those guys haven't, but I'm not getting a player he's transferring from San Diego State and he was at Oregon State, wherever he was. And rest in peace, Gavin Escobar. It just scares me. Like, it's all too similar, right?
So let's play conspiracy theorists here.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 or 4 days, we hear Mayer, obviously. Kincaid's was one of the first names brought up.
Right.
Then Musgrave comes out of nowhere. Then Laporta. But there's one name that hasn't been mentioned. Darnell Washington.
Yeah.
It hasn't been mentioned. Could this be a sleight of hand, like, hey, look over here at all these guys, and then they take a Darnell Washington?
The way that things are going, and I'm pretty sure now that you've seen Washington's pick.
It's coming in.
Okay, cool.
So now I can say this. Since Emmanuel Forbes went to Washington at pick 16, according to, shout out to my mans down there in Dallas, he was their cornerback 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, watch this. Porter's falling. Gonzalez is falling. I think at 26.
That's the shocker. Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez and Porter are falling. So now, watch this. Still, you're going to get to 26 and have, if I'm doing my math correctly, you're going to get to 26. You're going to have, I think you'll have 2 or 3 tight ends that you want on the board, right? What about Joey Porter Jr., Sky? Do we need to have a conversation about him?
Yeah, we brought him up this morning because there was a report earlier that Joey Porter apparently was falling, which he's weird because some people have him as one of their top corners. Some have him as a bottom of the first round guy. So maybe it's about right here. But if Joey Porter's there, again, where is he stacked at? For them, that's the thing. Is he stacked above those tight ends? I would think so. Foots. And if that's the case, then maybe that's the pick.
You would think so, but the rest of the league does not. And this is where I'm just like, I don't know what to believe anymore. Like we were right on some things, Sky. We were wrong on some things.
We still got some
We got
teams.
time.
Yeah, we still got
How
some
many picks do
teams
we
here.
have, Sky? We're 9 picks away.
Yeah,
9 picks away, Sky. Still.
and this is a look. Joey Porter here to the Patriots would seems to fit to me. Uh, they love taking corners here, but there's 9 teams still in front of the Cowboys, so we'll see what happens here. But uh, Joey Porter, I mean, it's not a surprise over the last couple of days. He's the name that's kind of been talked about potentially being there.
Yeah, it's definitely one of these situations where I think he wasn't for everybody.
Yeah.
Porter. And we said that on the channel. We said, hey, Joey Porter Jr. is a man corner. He's a Dan Quinn corner for sure.
Just let him get up in line of scrimmage and beat you to death for all game. Just let him do that.
He's
Like
a
Marcus
Dan Quinn
Peters ball.
corner. That's it. He will fit perfect, what Dan Quinn wants to do with cover 3 and all that type of stuff. And he tackles and he's physical. But when those teams that want to play zone, Sky, it's tricky. Pattern match is tricky.
Well, you say Dan Quinn. Well, here goes Christian Gonzalez. See, corner.
Yeah.
We talked about corner.
You called that.
And
You
corner
called it.
went
Good
straight
call.
to the Patriots. So Christian Gonzalez comes off the board a little later than I think a lot of people expected.
Right.
But they love corners. We understand, and Nick Saban and Belichick have that relationship, that defensive relationship, and this makes sense to me. But I want to go back to the Cowboys. So I'm looking on ESPN's best remaining board and whatnot, and I think a position to keep your antennas and keep your eyes on here. I said this on Vachasaw shit. I'll say it here. I reached out down there at the Star and was told that Lunda Wells and Aiden Durde, Coach Durde, AD, were 2 position coaches who were extremely happy with kind of the goings-ons of what could happen here at 26. So obviously that's why I believe tight end is a real situation here at 26. But defensive line, Kalijah Cansey, Mozzie Smith,
They'll be there.
Miles Murphy.
Brian Breesy. Oh.
Yeah. Did Murphy go? No, Murphy didn't. So Murphy's still there. So defensive line, and obviously we know Drew Sanders is a favorite of Dan Quinn's too. Don't sleep on defensive line potentially being one of those, because if Aiden Durde is down there smiling and happy and excited about what could potentially be here tonight, D-line's probably in play here. And we're not talking about, obviously, Will McDonald, because he's off the board.
He's off the board. And that was probably like one of your last top tier.
How would you feel about Miles Murphy at 26?
Dude, I'd do a backflip.
Yeah, I like that.
Dallas, because Dallas, you got to think, I don't like him at 5 where he was getting mocked.
Right.
Well, I don't like him in the top 10, but with the Cowboys D-line, he has some pass rush ability, but really good against the run, Sky.
I was just about to say, this is your D-Law replacement here.
That's your D-Law replacement, and which is a real thing. I don't think that people understand that part of it. I do not think that people understand that part of it, Scott. Listen, I would be ecstatic because he's again, who's coaching him? Playing. You give Miles Murphy to Dan Quinn. What are we talking about?
Right. Now, I think some people could get scared off and think Taco here, but I think this is he's better than Taco Charlton. And I think Dan Quinn would fit him right. I was talking about this with a fan earlier about Taco Charlton. Not only was it just a bad pick, but then they tried to fit a square peg in a round hole. They tried to put him at right defense end. You remember that? They tried to put him opposite of D-Law at right defense end. What are you doing? He's a 5 tech type dude. He's a left defense end, strong side guy. Let him use his length. Let him use his size and not try to rush upfield as a pass rusher all the time to be a speed guy. I don't think that Dan Quinn would do that with Miles. I think he'd utilize him right if he was to be the pick. But we're just talking here. I'm not saying he's going to be the pick. Not even saying he's going to be there. But I think that is a name to keep an eye on here if he is. Because we're talking about the board, stacking the board. I figure Miles Murphy has to be up there. Hopefully higher than those tight ends. But he has to be up there. But we'll see what happens.
Let me ask you this, guy. Now, if you had Miles Murphy and we were finding on the board, if they passed on Miles Murphy for a tight end, would you truthfully believe that they had a tight end ranked higher than Murphy?
Yeah.
Obviously the rest of the league. But I mean, but Sky, you know what's bugging me?
Who's the tight end?
There's no way. Well, now wait a minute, Sky. There's no way that a receiver gets out the first 20 picks of the NFL draft, Skywalker still?
Tampa, Seattle.
You're
Sure.
kidding me.
Oh, you know what's funny? We kept doing these mock drafts, right? And Seattle here at pick 20 kept getting Jackson Smith and Jigba to go along with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. So maybe at 20.
Okay.
We see it. Maybe at 20. But yeah, but does it surprise you though? I mean, this isn't a deep wide receiver draft. So this feels about right to me.
Man,
Feels about right to me. Let's see. Let's get back to the ESPN board here and see.
I was about to say, let's look at our board.
Who we got best available. Will Levis is their number one guy quarterback. So when you talked about one of these tight ends rated higher than Miles Murphy, Kincaid and Mayer are ranked above them here. And I've also seen Kincaid as high as like number 9 overall. I think it was Daniel Jeremiah's board was number 9 overall, Dalton Kincaid. So I could see one of these tight ends being ranked higher than Miles Murphy for sure. Maybe both of them.
Well, Kincaid definitely because of the pass catching, like the explosiveness and the run after the catch with Kincaid and all that type of stuff. If you got your medical people on Kincaid, Sky, then I get him. I don't know if I would have had. I can't sit here today and tell you that I think that Mayer is a better player than Kincaid. Now it's weird because I have Mayer as a higher. Well, there goes ESPN's, and they have Zay Flowers still as a higher player, Jackson Smith, Dalton. So anyway, but I'm not gonna because I had it's weird because I sound like I'm talking about both sides of the mic. I had Mayer as a better player, as a better complete tight end than Kincaid. But I do think the ceiling is higher with Kincaid, and I don't think that I think that Murphy is better than probably both, but I would see why Kincaid would be ranked higher because people love Dalton Kincaid. They love his tape. He destroyed Oregon. Like they just love his tape. He destroyed USC. I mean,
from a pass catching, tight end, he's your best pass catching receiving tight end. And Mayer, I could see them favoring a Mayer if they're looking for that traditional wide. And that's why this is weird to me, man. When I hear Musgrave and Laporta, like I said, Kincaid, Mayer, we got a conversation. But when I hear Musgrave and Laporta, and even Kincaid doesn't fit this, it's weird to me because Stephen Jones came out. Stephen Jones said what? Hey, man, wide tight ends, they're rare. We like a guy who can block, who can also do both things, yada, yada, yada. And you don't get that with some of these pass-catching tight ends. But if you take one early, if you reach, please don't, for a Laporta or for a Musgrave, I'm going to stand on this. I feel like there will be a slight change in the way they approach their offense this year because you can't take a Laporta, Musgrave, or Kincaid and just say, all right, we're going to stick you at Y, have you deal with these defensive ends and defensive tackles and just send you on bootlegs and whatnot. They're going to have to detach them. They're going to have to send them up the seams and try to take advantage of linebackers. So,
yeah, because you have a guy. Yeah, there you go. Detach. You're not cutting Jake Ferguson.
No.
So you play him in line. You play.
Yeah, he would be the tight end 2, and whoever they take would. I mean, there's no way they're going to take a tight end in the first round and not be tight end 1, right? So that'll be your tight end 1.
Whoa, Scott, this next pick.
So I want the
my board is trashed now.
Are you on ESPN?
Yeah, your board is about to be trashed, Sky.
Are you on ESPN or are you on NFL Network?
I'm on ES.
Damn, I'm still behind you. All right, with the 19th pick
I got that good cable.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube TV. With the 18th pick in NFL draft, Jack Campbell.
Our board is done. We love Campbell though.
Oh, yes, we do.
We love him.
This is a god dang it Coach Campbell pick right here, man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
This is a Coach Campbell pick right here. Campbell and we just were talking about it earlier, Rodriguez. I like that duo. They're saying that. So to me, they're saying that they want to play good defense and better defense. They couldn't stop the run last year. I don't know if this is. They got better in the second half, but
they did, Sky.
But attacking the defense is smart here.
Yeah, it is. Because that offense was really good last year. Like, not sneaky good.
Oh, that
Detroit's
offense is
having a good
fantastic.
draft, man. Like, Detroit drafting.
Hold on, hold on.
Sky.
Hold on. Voch just called. What's good, Voch?
Donald thing, but I just wanted to ask both of y'all something real fast. so the Cowboys on the clock and no tight ends have been taken so far. Do you
No
think
receivers.
That's a sign that maybe we should wait for day 2 to get a tight end, or do you think, oh, they all there, the Cowboys just gonna get their tight end? Because Will McDonald gone.
That's a good way to think about it.
But you know how we feel, Voch. I'm not taking the tight end around. It's just too deep. For what? Motherfucker, for
you
what?
Know what? This should be a sign. This should be a sign that nobody else in the damn league wants to have tight ends early, like everybody said they was going. So why should the Cowboys go tight end in the first round like this?
It has to be a smoke screen.
Can I read off the names of receivers?
We'll see. Appreciate it, man. I just wanted to tap in. Wish to ask that question from my audience. Was y'all heard about the Will McDonald thing as I was?
Nah, but we mentioned you. We was like, hey, I know Voch is hurt right now, man.
Well, y'all don't care about nothing. Y'all ain't got a soul. All right, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Jack Campbell, y'all went to the Detroit Lions. He is the number 1 ranked linebacker according to PFF here. But go ahead, Foots.
So, can I just read off these names? Does this do anything for anybody in my chat box? Jordan Addison, Quentin Johnston, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Josh Downs, Jalen Hyatt. They're all just hanging out.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can I read off some more names to you, Sky?
Go ahead, because it sounds like you'd go receiver here.
I would, yeah, and here's why. If I can get my pass catcher now, you're gonna have these tight ends staring at Sky hit it on the head. These if you love Laporta, you'll have him staring at you in the second round.
I mean, great question by Voch. If you got both tight ends at 26, there's a very high chance. Let me go see the teams behind them. Now, the Saints could take one, Cincy, and I've seen Kansas City even for whatever reason. But I've seen Cincinnati and the Saints mock tight ends there. But how do you, if they both fall to you, and you are high on Musgrave, you are high on Laporta, and you know this is a deep draft, why would you take it unless they are on the board? They're stacked as your number 1 guy on the board type thing, and I guess they do it. But
Nolan Smith's still on the board.
Nolan Smith's still on the board. Best available we're going to talk Cowboys, not quarterbacks. Who cares? So Kincaid, Nolan Smith, and Jigba, Mayer, Zay, Joey, Porter, Murphy. So how many picks away are we? Because we're getting close. Where are we at? I'm going to TV side of the things. All right, pick is in for Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Watch receiver to Seattle.
Look, Cansey next to Vita Veas. That's good.
That's a good pick.
That's good
drafting.
Yeah.
That's good drafting, Scott. Can I read off some more names to you, Scott?
Go ahead. Yep.
Real quick. Osiris Torrance, I know. I get it. Cody Mount, Steve Avila, John Michael Smits. My thing is, if I would not reach for a tight end here, knowing that I have this amount of quality. No, we could be off, but our hit rate. I think when we go back and listen to these shows, I knew they would do this. This is ridiculous. Don't compare him to Aaron Donald. Just stop it.
Oh yeah, you knew that was coming.
It's ridiculous. Aaron Donald was a top 10 pick, I believe. Yeah, he was a top 10 pick. You have this amount of quality, Scott, on your board. Now you're wiped out of the running backs. Cool. Deepest class.
Fine. I'm about to say, fine. No one really
talked about that on the show.
Expected you to take one anyway, round 1. So,
but you don't reach for tight end here because the tight ends will all be available the second round. The tight ends you're tied to. You don't reach for tight end here.
So look, we got picks. 6 picks for the Cowboys? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 6
Do the math.
Kincaid, Nolan, and Jigba, Mayer, Zay, Joey, Porter, Miles Murphy, Addison. They're all somebody's going to be there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 names I just named off. I didn't even count Johnston. If you want to go via here or whatever, Mozzie, Torrance, right? You brought up Torrance. You're going to be you don't have to trade up or nothing. You could maybe even trade down. but you're going to be in prime position to take a guy that you should like. I think they're sitting pretty here. Just don't let it be. But it might be tight end. That's all. I'm just saying, Foots.
Yeah,
they're going to have to pick their litter.
Dude, I'm just not like if Jackson Smith and Jig was on the board. I trust my eyes. I get it. He's a slot only, whatever. Like I don't care.
So
like
yeah,
that's
even if it's slot only. Look, you got Lamb. I would love to see him play outside more. You know, Cooks can do outside things, and Jigba could be your slot of the future if they wanted to go that route.
Right.
But so here's the thing: is he ranked higher to you than these tight ends? Because you were talking about how you think Mayer is ranked higher than some of these receivers.
I think that Mayer and Kincaid. I definitely think that Kincaid probably is the highest ranked pass catcher on the board.
Yeah.
You know, we said that. But I don't think that the tight end is going to go. The tight end is not going to go to LA. Well, no, Chargers. Watch the Chargers. Watch the Chargers. I'm thinking that was the Rams. Excuse me.
It could be.
Watch the Chargers. Baltimore's not drafting the tight end, so you can forget that.
I don't think Minnesota is either because they just traded for Hockenson.
They just traded for Hockenson. Watch quarterback. You know what? No, don't watch. Yeah, watch quarterback, but then don't. I will say I do like the fact.
Jacksonville.
You know what?
They've been mock tight ends, but they don't have to. They franchise Evan Ingram if they wanted to wait. So,
Scott, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If Nolan Smith and Zay Flowers are available in Jackson and the tight ends, who are you going?
I'm trying to trade up out of that pick.
You're on to something. You're on to something. Because you'll have more quality where you get out of it. But then you got to have who wants to dance with you?
Who wants to come up? Who wants to come up? Because the way this is playing out, if I'm anywhere between, the Giants on down, trade up for what?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you've got to be in love with the guy. Who's in love with one of these? What team is in love with Nolan? What team is in love with Kincaid? What team is in love with Njigba? Like you got to be in love with a guy. But they in prime position to. We did a mock draft the other day, Foots. Kansas City came calling. Okay, Kansas City was willing to jump up to get their guy. Remember, Zay Flowers was done with all of his visits, Foots, and he picked up that phone and they, Kansas City said, "Hey man, can you fly in?" He said, "I'm on it." So what if Kansas City calls and says,
"Good reporting, Sky."
Yeah, what if Kansas City says, "Hey, look, man, we won't come up to 26. I don't care if you tax us. We'll give you our second round pick." I'm trading out of that. I'm going to 31. I'm picking up that second round pick. So I'm probably working the phones now. Kind of, hey man, I'm here if you guys want to come up. I'm here.
I'm rarely nervous. Like I don't get nervous when I coach. I don't get nervous when I do anything, shows, anything. But I'm nervous because I just don't want Dallas to screw this up.
You nervous because of tight end, ain't you? See,
I am, bro. I can't even.
Foots.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Scott. Like I tried to hold it in.
I know.
And I try to, but when you got this amount of quality, like what are we talking about? Zay Flowers, Jackson, Nolan. The list goes. Let's talk about some of the interior linemen, Scott. Like the list goes on. I'm passionate about this thing.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that you have these guys graded. I don't have a tight end graded higher. They might, but look at what Zay Flowers can do.
I'm not. No way.
Separation wise,
I'm taking the tight end over Zay.
No.
Nah.
Because we're talking about somebody who was separated. He's not beating the number one receiver. He's beating the number 3. Because we have our 1 and our 2, but that's okay.
So I've kind of conditioned myself, and that's probably why if it happens, the reaction will not be as kind of jaw-dropping as it was last year. Because I'm just conditioning myself, man, that may happen. And I think it is real. So let's see. And I got a feeling, where we at here? Pick 21. Pick 21. I got a feeling at least one of them is going to be on the board. Maybe even both. 50-some seconds left for Seattle. Pick is not in yet. So are they trying to get out of there?
Where? Yeah, they got to stand in and pick. I don't know if they will have. I think people are probably happy with the way the board looks.
Facts. But I'm saying what I mean is they could be trying to get out of it. I'm not saying that somebody's trying to come up.
Yeah, that's true.
But
they go down this. Yeah.
Because once again, if I'm Seattle, I'm looking at this board. I'm probably like, hey, I can get up out of here. I got tons of options. Let me go try to get some more picks.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, this has been fun, Sky, because what it tells me is
Foot's
okay.
getting nervous, y'all.
I am. You can see by the way I'm looking, the way I'm
Foot's
moving. I'm just
sweating over
like,
there.
just because you do so much work, and it's like, were
Okay,
we
picks
off?
in.
Were we off, Sky, on certain players? Maybe.
Let me
I'll be
see. Let me
wrong.
see.
I've been wrong before.
Nolan feels like okay. I thought he'd go a little higher. Miles Murphy probably thought so. Everyone else though feels about Joey Porter. You can argue, but we still got some picks left. But I don't know. This does not seem that crazy to me. I'm looking at these.
Joey.
Here he goes.
No. I'm
Oh,
saying
I was
Joey
about to
could.
say, I know
Joey's
they
still
didn't
here.
take
No, they
another
can't. No, they can't get.
I
corner.
know they ain't just take another cornerback.
Dang, Joey Porter is free falling.
Yeah. I'm not. Look, this doesn't throw me off because this draft to me wasn't very, very top heavy. Like there
We
was,
said that.
This isn't the 2021 draft. So I said, I think it was the other day after pick 7 or 8, I think it was. It would not shock me those players who are ranked, from 8 to 31, they could go between 8 and 31.
So when we regroup, right, Sky? Okay, we regroup. Okay, and when we do that, we say, okay, none of these receivers went. Maybe they'll be in play in the second round.
I think that always was the thought process to me, though, right? Like
That's true.
receiver to me was a day 2 type of situation, unless your top guy fell to you, then the conversation will have to be had in there.
Are you reading the chat? How do I turn this chat off? Okay,
No,
I need to
I'm
turn
not
the chat
reading
off.
the chat. Are you in the restream?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just click, not click the. You could just. I don't know how it looks from a visitor standpoint.
No,
But
I'm just
maybe
gonna
cover it up.
I was about to say, can you let me see?
Yeah,
can you I don't want to read Twitter either, so I'm gonna can you still see me?
Yeah, got you.
We're good. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I just took it down. I want to be in real time. I
Yeah,
don't
same.
want
Yeah, I
people
can't.
to
Yeah, and I
I
probably
don't
should have prefaced that with the chat. Like we here, like I try to dip in there, after a pick. But yeah, I'm not looking in the chat for 99% of this thing because obviously they're going to react, which is fine. But the Seahawks pick is in.
I think you probably know who it is by now.
It has not dropped just quite yet on my end. But
Okay.
Round 1, pick 20, the Seattle Seahawks select. I can actually hear a little bit in your background, but they select. Come on, Roger. They reading off. Who is it, Foots?
Oh, it's Jackson Smith and Jigba.
There you go. Oh my, the mocks have been crazy because he's been getting mocked there. I kind of want to call it Vach now. He's been getting mocked there for weeks. I like this for them. So Seattle gets. Let me go revisit the rounds here. Give it a first pick. Oh, they got the cornerback. Seattle got Devin Witherspoon, Illinois corner, who we love, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. So they got their CB1 and most people's wide receiver 1. Good draft for Seattle here. So when Jigba off the board, first wide receiver, Foots, you said it. Is there going to be no receivers in the top 20? You got one. Uh-oh, you on Twitter?
No, I'm just
about to say,
I'm crying. I'm sorry, Scott. I'm just crying. I'm crying. Because you know how much I wanted Jackson. But okay. Anyway,
I'm about to say,
no,
you guys
we
get
got. But you said that though. Still, you said at 20 watch, but that's still pretty crazy though. But Zay's still in play. Now Minnesota got to watch Minnesota for Zay Flowers. Baltimore, if they don't depend. Now they did just get OBJ, but they're not married to him long term. So Baltimore is a situation. I feel good about our board though, Scott. I feel really good about our board. You have
to feel good. Just one,
I'm
3,
resetting. 4. I'm resetting, and I feel good.
There's 5 picks left. But 5 picks, and here are. And again, I have to include tight end. Unfortunately, I know because I think they are interested. But here are the names that I think the Cowboys have on their board that they'd be interested in here. Kincaid, Nolan Smith, Michael Mayer, Zay Flowers, Joey Porter, Miles Murphy. Quentin Johnson could be a sneaky one here. But that's 7 names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 names right there, and there's 5 guys in front of you. So they're going to have one of the guys they believe in sitting at them. So they are sitting pretty right now. They sitting pretty, bro.
Seattle's killing this draft, by the way. I know we're not.
No, good draft, but I think this is a fantastic draft because we're all big on Devin Witherspoon, and now they get, like I said, cornerback 1 and their wide receiver 1. Can't beat that.
Didn't reach.
Didn't
Let the
reach.
draft come to them.
Yep.
All right, Scott. Resetting your board. Obviously, Will Levis is off. Who does Skywalker still want right now?
So for me, as this thing is falling out, and I try to talk myself out of receiver foots, but you brought up Zay, and I would jump for joy with Zay. But right now for me, it'd be Nolan Smith, Joey Porter, Miles Murphy, Zay Flowers, and then to probably go to tight ends here. Even though I still don't want to take a tight end, but a lot of
it looks like Miles Murphy.
A lot of defense. I don't know. Nolan, Joey, and Miles Murphy.
I thought Breesy, somebody who I watched in high school from the DMV area, I thought he was a top 20 pick, but I really want to see how teams had these guys stacked. Because I think, I will say this, right, Sky? I did see that there were a bunch of GMs that everybody said, oh, you guys got these players wrong. I was listening to, I think, a GM show on The Athletic, and they were saying
who would be that player, though, that you're speaking about?
Well, somebody like Will McDonald, we always had him in the back half of the first round. He goes middle of the first.
Jim Nagy, Jim Nagy came out, though, on podcast and said, they asked him straight up, well, you think the Cowboys should be interested if he's there? He said, hell yeah, they should be, but he won't be. He's like, I don't expect him to be there. So,
okay,
I think that people in the know, and that's why I said I think we are validated about Will McDonald being the first round pick when we were mocking him to the Cowboys. He went top 15. So,
yeah,
he is definitely a guy the league likes. I think the interesting one is Nolan. Is it the production that scares him a bit? But every time you pop on the tape with Nolan Smith, the dude is just balling.
Yeah.
See if I got some Nolan there. I don't have it up here. Where we at? Pick 22?
Pick 22.
Pick 21. Pick 21. Oh, the Chargers pick is in. Could this be the first tight end?
I think so. I think it is.
Could this be a Kincaid, a Mayer? This just feels like that.
Kellen, I think so.
Let me see what they... Because all the offensive line, the top O-line guys are gone. Right? Those tackles, they out of here.
Yeah. I think so, Scott. Kellen calling the offense.
Depends how you feel about DeJuan Jones and Harrison. But those blue chip dudes, those top 3 to 4 guys, they out of here. So
why is Will Levis smiling right now? I don't know if you've caught up to that.
Maybe
a trade here? Think somebody came up?
No,
Chargers aren't picking Will Levis.
Maybe Minnesota.
That's what I was going to say as well. We're going to take you.
He could be smiling because Minnesota could be,
Yeah.
Where was I at here? Chargers. I was trying to find the Chargers needs or what have you. Here we go.
Dang, Joey. So you're going to have a really good, a lot of players to pick
a litter. And that's why I kept saying for months, y'all, there's going to be a good player at 26.
Yeah.
He's going to be a good player at 26.
Okay. I'm putting you on the spot, Sky. Do you have Joey Porter, not the Cow? Do you have Joey Porter better than these receivers that are left and these tight ends? I'm just putting you on the spot.
The tight ends, yes, it is. Only reason why I'm hesitant on the receivers because my bias is showing here with Zay Flowers. My bias is showing with Zay Flowers, but let me be fair. Whether it's Zay or whether it's a receiver or a corner at this position, they're going to be fighting a slight uphill battle anyway because the cornerback room is deep and the receiver room, they got your top. I know Michael Gallup got to show something, but the top 3 is set at the receiver position. So if it's receiver or corner, you are kind of looking at a little bit of a luxury for 23. Quentin Johnston.
Feels like a reach. Feels like they thought there was about to be a run on receivers. Feels like a reach. I had him as
I like Quentin Johnston, though.
I do. And maybe, you know what? In that offense, he doesn't have to be a 1.
No,
right?
Just go throw it up. I mean, I like this fit, actually. Keenan Allen was a guy that was,
Has a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Keenan Allen was a guy that was rumored to kind of possibly be on the outs due to the contract injuries and whatnot. And remember, these guys get hurt all the time.
That's true.
Keenan
Yeah,
Allen, Mike Williams, they get hurt all
Both
the
of
time.
them.
And if it's one or two receivers you can learn from, because the one knock on QJ is, hey man, you got to be able to use your body more. Use that physicality more consistently, because he'll show you in spurts, right? But he doesn't show you consistently. Well, damn it, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen can show you the nuances of how to use your big body. So
yeah, no, I think you're right, Scott. We had tight end here,
Chargers.
So I don't see, maybe Jacksonville, a tight end goes off the board, but I don't see.
No, they'll be able to pick a tight end, bro. There's no way 2 or 3 tight ends are going in the next 4 picks. I don't see that.
No. So if everybody was spot on, but you know what? Everybody hasn't been spot on. Like the mocks have been so, but people have been off too now.
So
people have been off too now.
Let's play an either or game here. Nolan Smith or Joey Porter?
Ooh, probably Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith, Miles Murphy.
Nolan
Smith. Any of the tight ends? I'm going Nolan Smith. I don't think
Nolan. Yeah, no.
Right. Nolan Smith, Zay.
That's the one that you can, especially with Jack. That's the one where I would have a conversation.
Yeah.
I just like Zay Flowers' ability to separate. I think I don't know if they measurables wise.
As I'm looking at this, a lot of people are going to be upset if we don't get a plug and play first round pick type dude. But the way this thing is falling, unless it's tight end, because if they pick a tight end, they starting. You're staring at your board likely being stacked where a receiver, a corner, or a defensive pass rusher or end is at the top of your board.
Yeah.
Are you going to pass on one of the top guys on your board because they're not going to be a starter in 2023? They might be part of a rotation or what have you. Because a lot of people that I don't want Will McDonald. He's not. We got enough defense ends. Well, you don't got enough defense ends next year. And what's wrong with having more? So you could be staring at a potential situation where your first round pick is kind of going to be a part of a rotation, or in case guy gets hurt, or a future pick for 2024. And I think that's going to make a lot of fans upset. But
you put Nolan Smith on his defense with
board,
Micah Parsons. Man,
that's me. Nolan Smith is number 1 right now for me. Yeah. Nolan Smith, like I said, I'd go Nolan, Joey, Miles. I got defenders in front of these guys, and then Zay.
Yeah.
These tight ends to me, but I don't think they have Zay stacked like that. I don't think they have it stacked like this. I think they got the tight ends, strangely enough, stacked like this. They got. Yeah. I hope I'm wrong, but I could. I don't think I am. I think they got these tight ends.
Well, we said today, I hit you. I said, Scott, what are your thoughts? You're somebody I trust. They like these tight ends. And so I think that
I'm just hoping.
I thought that one of them would be gone. None are gone, which is also like, if the league is passing on them, what are we doing? Maybe they have if they have a definitive plan of who.
If the league is passing on them, it's because they understand this is a deep draft for tight ends. Why would I take a tight end at 15? Why would I take a tight end at 9? Why would I take a tight end? You know what I'm saying? It's a deep draft. So let's play a different game here, Foots, because we've talked about kind of our top 5 to 6 prospects. What are some dark horse names we aren't really mentioning right now? I'll throw out some names to you. You tell me if it's a possibility. Obviously, Steve Avila, right? We went offensive line.
Good dark horse name.
Steve Avila is still there. That could be a guy. Mozzie Smith. Do we believe Darnell Washington could be in play here?
Good name.
Brian Breesy, and
what about Jordan Addison?
Jordan Addison, that was the other one. Yep.
Jordan Addison was widely regarded as the one receiver.
So
coming into the draft, and then like I said, I like his Pittsburgh. I like his University of Pitt film with Kenny Pickett a little bit better than this year, which is strange because obviously we know what's going to be happening next year.
I think
with
I just saw Baltimore's on the clock. Joey Porter, there's a fit right here. I don't know who the new defensive coordinator is, but Joey Porter just fits Baltimore.
That feels like a Baltimore pick.
So
who did Pittsburgh draft?
Pittsburgh,
did they draft?
Yeah, they
I'm surprised they passed on Porter. It's interesting.
They traded up to get Broderick Jones,
Oh, they
offensive
did.
line
They
help.
moved
Yeah.
up.
So of those names,
Tackles, we said it's Scott tackles go.
of those kind of other names, Avia makes the most sense, right? Because of the need, the blinking red light need there. Mozzie's a sleeper. I think that's a sleeper situation right now. Y'all know how I feel about defensive tackle and Mozzie in general.
Yeah.
Addison is interesting. I don't know where they would have him stat. I think we know they brought in Zay, so I know they like Zay. I know they're interested in Zay. I just don't know where he would be on their stack.
They did. He was Zay was a 30 visit, so that's somewhat encouraging. Now, Scott, what all tight ends? I know you keep up with this. What all tight ends were 30 visits?
Not Kincaid or Mayer. Wait. I don't know about that. Chat, was Mayer a visit?
Yeah.
I know they brought in Braden. Was it Willis? Is that the kid's name at the bottom? Tucker Kraft was brought in here in Darnell Washington. No, Mayer was not a visit, I don't think. But Darnell Washington was like the official dip.
The pick feels like it's going to be Michael Mayer. Just because we've seen it so much. Gibbs is off the board. The truth. Like, I feel like Gibbs was, outside of Bijan, was the next best playmaker. The league validated that guy. The league just doesn't believe in these receivers. And
Pick
Dallas believes in these tight ends.
Pick is in. I took a peek at the chat. So they're going to go Zay Flowers here, Foots.
Yeah.
And I've seen the mocks Zay Flowers to Baltimore too. So Zay Flowers gets to team up with OBJ.
Yeah, that. Well, hold on. Let's see. I don't know if that's stamped yet. Is that
not accurate? See, that's why I'm looking at chat.
Yeah, chat may not. I don't know if that's because they haven't even announced it on my end yet. So, I think people are just guessing.
Oh,
Scott, I'm with you. That's why I kind of like
right,
to.
I'm not going to dip back in there. But
Yeah,
I know I'm behind because I'm streaming it, so that's behind.
Yeah,
but I have seen Zay be mocked there.
Oh no, okay, it is accurate. I just got the pick, so good.
So there goes that.
Good for them.
So Zay Flowers is off the board, dynamic pass catching guy. Look,
now you may feel better about one of these tight ends.
I don't.
But not if not. Well, you're gonna have.
Nolan
if
Smith
you're doing the math,
I'm not taking no time, bro.
Not over Nolan Smith. No, they don't see it that way, Sky. But a 4-3 DN, I guess teams may look at him as a 3-4 outside linebacker than a guy who can put his hand in the dirt in the league because of the size. But even so, I think that he has the ability to play off ball. So, like, just get him on your defense and let him play football. He's so physical. He plays bigger than his size. Nolan Smith will be my pick.
Yes. See the difference between him and McDonald. This is why I think he's a better player than McDonald.
You're not wrong.
No. Is he plays the run at a high level. Yeah. And I think Will McDonald, I mean, we always sing the praises without really talking about what they got to work on. I think he'd be a bit of a liability in the run game early on. Nolan Smith ain't no liability, fam. Not in no run game, and he's got the pass rush stuff. So let me text Vach. Give him a Nolan Smith eyes. We are 4 picks away. And I've been clicking all over the place here. 1, 2, 3. So 3 picks in front of the Cowboys. Nolan Smith is on the board. It can't, right? You can't pass on Nolan Smith for no damn tight end.
I wouldn't.
That's my guy. Everything that Will McDonald said to Vach about how Dan Quinn will use him like Micah, moving him around, just take McDonald out, put Nolan in. You can move him around in that same manner. I've watched Nolan Smith drop back and carry running backs and tight ends and whatnot too. So this is a potential type of chess piece dude, but I think he fares even better with his hand in the dirt because he don't play like no 240-pound guy against the run.
Dallas
he plays strong.
Nolan Smith.
He plays strong. So Nolan Smith, Minnesota, Jacksonville, New York Giants. Minnesota could go there, But we're hoping Hendon Hooker here. We want Hendon Hooker or Will Levis to be the pick here. Jacksonville, you want one of those tight ends. New York will probably go Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about these wide receivers and how many will go in the first round. I'm still going to say 4. This is the third one.
It's a little run. Yeah, it's a sneaky run, right?
Yeah. Well, because even though the position is not as deep in years past, we have to understand it is a money 5 position. It is a passing league. So the top guys in every draft, probably from here on out, are going to be kind of valued a little bit higher because of the type of league we're in. So the whole idea of first round graded wide receivers, that's fine and dandy. There may only be 2 of them, 1 of them, but there's still 31 picks. So, there was going to always be at least 3 of these dudes in the first round, and I'm thinking it's going to be probably 4.
Yeah, not to mention, Sky, the grades, how teams grade. Now we're starting to get into the second round, really and truthfully. Like grading wise, you know what I mean? They're first round picks, but how you stack them. I think that, man, if Nolan Smith makes it, you got to turn that card in. You can't play games with this stuff because now you have an elite defense to me. He's that good. Now people are going to push back and say, what, Scott, an injury, right?
For who?
Nolan Smith. And I just, like,
what's
I
the
wouldn't.
Injury concern on him?
I think that he was out. Chat box might can help us. He missed some time. I think he missed all last year, matter of fact. I know he didn't play in the championship game. I know he didn't play in a couple games because of a knee, I believe. But I don't care, like, if I've done the work. Maybe there's something that came up. I don't know. I had Nolan Smith as a top 10 player. He destroyed the combine.
And the tape, though.
The
tape is there.
I think his 3-cone was, like, amazing.
Oh, yeah. He absolutely murdered the combine. But you know how I try not to get too caught up in underwear Olympics because,
Yeah, that's true.
Trust what your eyes see on that tape, man.
Well, you know what? Yeah, this is. I'm scratching my head because I am getting nervous. I'm moving. I'm shaking. I'm like,
I'm excited because, bro, Nolan Smith is staring at you in your face potentially. Hold on. Will Levis is smiling again.
I think you nailed that, Sky, 2 picks ago. Minnesota. I don't think that Minnesota.
The Lord Minnesota talking to somebody. Their general manager talking to somebody. So the pick is probably in.
Come in, sit behind Kurt for a year. Don't gotta rush him on the field because I think that we've all had. So we've been right and we've been wrong, right? I think we all said Will Levis is not in the same caliber as some of these quarterbacks, and he wasn't. The film said he wasn't. I didn't even like the way that he really threw the ball at the combine. And now, granted, like you said, it's underwear Olympics, but I'm just I'm psychoanalyzing. Like,
it's a good fit for Will Levis here, though.
Yeah, good OC, Kevin O'Connell.
Yep, good OC. You got the best receiver in the league. Yep.
Yeah, like get it somewhere near him, and Jefferson will make a play. Strong arm, cannon of an arm. Right, this guy.
Yeah. He does it. He definitely has a cannon of an arm, but the scheme, remember, like the Rams or whatever, it makes it easier, I think, for the quarterback. And Will Levis kind of needs that early on. And nobody talks about this with Will. They talk about it with Anthony Richardson. But all rookie quarterbacks need to be aided, obviously. But Will Levis, I think from the neck up, was a question mark. And I'm not talking about character concern. I'm talking about what the hell is he saying, on the field. It's not quite as bad as Anthony Richardson, and he has the physical tools, but I think Will is a guy that you want to sit down a little bit to. I don't think I want to just rush him in because then he'll be a pick machine.
Yeah. Very Blaine Gabberty.
Oof.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I ain't taking him at all.
But I think that there's a listen, still, there is a world where people have to go back to stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Dog, these guys aren't year one ready. That's okay.
Right.
Like you put him on a good team with a good OC and say, I'm going to force you to learn how to play the game. Now he turns into what he could be. If you put him on the Texans, he's a bust.
Because he got to play. Yeah.
Because he got to play, Sky.
Yeah, and if we revisit our Anthony Richardson talks, we were talking about how, look, I like the fit in Indianapolis because he got the running game. Steichen maybe could help this offensive line. And Steichen also coached up a guy who was a running quarterback first.
Correct.
And some will say still is a running quarterback. So I like the fit in Indianapolis with Anthony Richardson. I don't like that he's going to have to play. But if he's going to play, I think he's going to be in an offense that helps accentuate his strengths while diminishing his, what he's not good at, his weaknesses.
Let me read off the DNs
Pick is in, man. Pick is in.
to you. Okay, the pick is in. And I'm gonna say it, Sky. I'll let you get it. But let me just read off the DNs to you that you still have available. Because Van Ness went, Tyree Wilson went, Will Anderson went, Miles Murphy, and Nolan Smith. Will McDonald went, so he jumped those guys. Yeah, he jumped those guys. Defensive tackles, Brian Breesy. I don't think that they're gonna go tackle early. Now the cornerback position is really interesting. Obviously, I don't think they're gonna go linebacker, but Drew Sanders and Trenton Simpson are still staring at you. I don't even think those guys are in play. But the cornerback position.
I was about to say, are we forgetting Drew? But there's just too many other players on this board.
It's just too many other. They might have Drew. This might be one of those situations where they have Drew staring at him in the second round. Sky still, just like remember 2 years ago when they had, they wanted to get Diggs.
Minnesota happy and clapping and jumping in their room.
Yeah, they are. Got their guy of the future. I feel like that's the pick. Let me read you off these DBs. Corner, excuse me. Joey Porter Jr., Cam Smith.
I always hear Cam Smith, but I'm about to say, what do you think about Cam Smith?
I like him. I don't think he's in play for Dallas, but I love Cam Smith. You know how I feel about him and his teammate. He's more of a third round player.
Getting the damn pick. Come on.
Yeah, I haven't got the pick either, so it's cool. And I'm not gonna look in the chat box. Obviously safety isn't even a thought. So I'm just looking at my position groups. And then obviously, Mayer, Kincaid, Washington, Musgrave, all available.
Bro, what if I might go speak that into existence? Somebody just shut up.
Oh wow, this is interesting. This is interesting. Is interesting when you get this one.
Is it benefiting Dallas?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Let's see here. Jordan Addison. Whoo! I didn't even. That's so crazy.
That's one of those ones. Curveball.
I didn't even think about it, bro. They let go of Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
I know he hyped to go play with bro. Oh, I know he hyped. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
This makes
sense. Really two of the same type players.
This makes sense, man.
So a little run on receivers here, Sky.
There's your fourth one.
Yep, you caught it.
Dallas not taking the receiver, I don't think.
Nope.
So that's out the equation. How crazy is this? A lot of people talked about the tight ends being, and this is I agree with the league, by the way. The tight ends, these tight ends better than these receivers, but tight ends aren't more valuable than wide receivers, y'all. They're not.
They just don't affect the game the same way, and you're right.
If you got one of them ones, they can be great mismatch guys. But this is why, receivers go before these tight ends do, man. And this is why you find quality tight ends in day 2 and 3 of the draft.
Let's reset our receiver board here.
Value.
Let's reset our receiver board.
For what? They're not taking a receiver, bro.
Not in.
They're going. All the possible receivers for
round one. Could I talk you into Jalen Hyatt?
No.
Okay.
Okay, let's play the game because I do like the speed.
I won't fight you.
But let's play the game because I love the speed. I ain't gonna lie to you. You taking him over Nolan?
No.
Joey?
No.
Murphy?
No.
Then we ain't having that conversation.
But this is kind of strange for the Vikings because they're kind of blah on defense. I don't know if I would have passed. I think they need help on every level of their defense too, though, Sky. They're just, let me look at that roster. I don't know if I would have passed on some of the defenders if I'm Minnesota. That's just me. And, we don't, you said it on Vosh's. I don't know if let me just look at that roster.
Oh, we got to trade.
Yeah, the Giants are on the clock.
Mm-hmm. I took a peek.
They just switched. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
I took a peek in the chat. So they're jumping Dallas. Why would let me pull my Brian Windhorst.
Why did they jump us? That's interesting. This is interesting.
Why would they jump Dallas? Who are they jumping Dallas for here?
While we figure that out, can I just read you off?
Wait, they're not jumping Dallas. It was already in front of us. So they're going an extra pick up. So
they jumped Jacksonville.
But Jacksonville
was a place that we thought tight end could go. Sky. So maybe and the Giants want a tight end.
Yeah,
So maybe they want their guy.
Maybe Kincaid or Mayer makes sense. Bellinger is solid.
He's second round pick last year, right?
Yeah, he
Or third
and
round.
they used him pretty well. What are they coming up here for?
Nolan.
Oh, could have probably sat there and took him. Brian Branch, I'm thinking here.
Safety.
Because
safety DB.
Jordan Love is his name? Is that not Jordan Love? Julian Love? I don't believe he's there anymore. He was kind of their X Factor guy over there moving around. And Wink Martindale loves a versatile player. Brian Branch makes sense here. I don't know. I haven't been watching, Giant shows, but
it makes a lot of sense.
Branch makes sense. But do they think that Jacksonville would take him?
Can I read off? I just want to make this point real quick about Minnesota being now. There's a 3-4 defense, right?
Minnesota.
And so yeah, and so you're. This is now. I'm gonna read you this roster, and you tell me why you tell me, Sky, why you would pass on Nolan, even if not Nolan, get Miles Murphy for
Brian Flores,
Dean Lowry
is their defense coordinator.
Brian Asamoah, okay. Danielle Hunter, nice player. Harrison Phillips, nice player, floated around the league. Jordan Hicks, Marcus Davenport, Harrison Smith.
They signed Waller. Yeah, they're not gonna go tight end.
You're not gonna go tight end. The Giants. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's look at their linebackers. Corner Andrew Booth, and I'm just like, you could have went Joey Porter. I don't know. To me, like, I know that they had a need, but like Justin Jefferson is good enough with Rager being your 2, and Rager has been a bust, but he's good enough to get you through with Hawkinson.
But Flores is their coordinator now. I don't.
You don't want to get him Nolan Smith? I don't. Maybe the league's
Nolan. The league I thought you meant the corners.
No. I wanted like Nolan needs to be the pick for everybody. He's better than all of these. But
wide receiver makes sense. I think you're overthinking it here. I think if Jordan Addison is the top wide receiver or top player on the board, wide receiver makes sense. I mean, this is an offensive league. This pick is not going to make or break you. But now they have a future running mate for Justin Jefferson, and this is a 3 wide receiver league now. You only had 1 because you lost Adam Thielen. So I have no problem with them taking Addison. Honestly, it makes sense. Now they need a lot of help. Period. I don't think if they took a defensive player, it was going to just change their defense up. I think that's why they brought Flores in here to be able to coach up these guys. And we saw Byron Jones struggle in Brian Flores' offense, or defense. So maybe he's not really keen on a young corner, and they're trying to turn this thing around now. They did lose. Was it Peters? Yeah. The corner? Is it Peters?
Yeah.
Peterson.
No.
They lost Peterson.
But Patrick, he was on the back half.
Yeah. So they could have used the DB for sure, but Jordan Addison just feels like it was their best player available here, and they probably ain't trying to mess around with that. And it was a position of need. They still needed a receiver.
Yeah. The good thing is this, Scott, Dallas isn't going to go receiver. We can pretty much count that out.
There's no way, right? They can't. I mean,
there's no way. But you went.
Might be the last one, brother, because they did bring him in for a 30 visit.
But watch this, though. You covered yourself with Brandon Cooks, who you were happy with that. Like, Sky, you were jumping for joy, and you talked about it at length, and it was like, Foots, this is what I meant by I wanted Dallas to be aggressive. So, unfortunately, there's guys that I wanted, but they took them. Like, they went before. Zay early. Zay going to Baltimore is a very Baltimore pick. And Jigba, gone. Johnston.
They're all gone.
They're gone, yeah. Your big 3 is gone.
So the pick is in for New York. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock.
Now we need to start horning in. Guard, Sky. Do you like anything?
I like Bird. Boss brought this up a few weeks ago where he was like, Bergeron in round 1. And I like Bergeron in round 2. I actually mocked him in round 2. But if we're going to reach for a guard right here, Bergeron or Avila won't get me complaining. I want me a damn offensive lineman, but the way the board is playing out, I don't think you're going to have an offensive lineman that's probably
higher
than
the Giants pick, because I think you're going to be very happy. Not to cut you off.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Deontay Banks, Maryland.
Corner. And we
Reach.
sitting.
I've watched. Now I'm gonna
Oh
say
my
this.
God. Two teams just. So Jacksonville's trying to get the hell about this first round, bro. Buffalo just jumped us.
Who did they jump us for?
Buffalo jumped us. Who are they jumping here?
They don't need it. Would they go tight end, Sky? It doesn't matter. We got who we need.
It don't. Yeah, you're going to have the pick of a litter here, but I want Nolan.
Can I just say something real quick on Deontay Banks?
Yeah, sure.
I live in the Maryland area. Good player. I wouldn't have went Banks this early. I watched Rashee Rice give this Maryland secondary the blues. SMU receiver who's not a burner. Sky, I don't know. That felt like a reach to me.
What
over
about
Joey Porter? Joey Porter is
I was about to say, what about trading back?
Yeah, but who? So
shit, somebody goddamn it. I mean, look, all these damn trades Jacksonville's doing. So somebody want to come up. But if you trade back one or two spots, you're probably getting like a 6th round pick. Ain't much.
Porter falling, man.
How many? Honestly, if we keep it a bean, let me see this real quick. We thought maybe. Oh no, Banks did just go, so never mind. There are about 4 corners now.
Yeah,
4 corners. I want to see what's available.
Somebody just said something to me. Would Dallas draft a quarterback here?
What?
Somebody just tweeted that to me. I said, "Are you out of your mind?" I think Will Levis is gonna fall at the first round. I just saw Levis smiling, which is just weird to me. What is he smiling about?
With all that on the board, you take a quarterback.
Yeah.
Good night.
I wouldn't.
I don't even think I'm going to sit here and watch the rest of the first round.
The first round. I'm gonna say this: we did not know that all this would be here.
Let's see. Kincaid, yeah, Mayor. I think that was talked about. Nolan, no.
Nolan, no.
I didn't think Nolan. I didn't think Joey. Miles Murphy.
But you know what we heard? We did hear today that Joey would fall.
Yeah, recently we heard. Yeah, recently the Joey Porter thing. So if we want to take him,
what got out about Joey, Sky? I'm the draft guy, and I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
You brought it up. Don't go back on what you said. He's a scheme fit. Maybe teams are scared, of his hips when he has to be in zone. Maybe they don't want to play man all the time. And Joey is a get in your face. I'm just gonna beat you up all game. It's us. We watched our cornerbacks not be able to get nobody's face and put hands on them.
We watched our cornerbacks lose us a game, a meaningful game in Jacksonville. Can't chance it with Wright and those guys. And I know we got Gilmore, but that's a 1-year rental. Gilmore has slot experience, but then you have. That's not going to be Porter because then you have our boy from the 5th round last year. His name is wild. I know our roster, and I can't even think of.
So this was a long time ago, but apparently Kansas City and Las Vegas called Dallas to come up, and they said no.
Would you have went back? What we have, I would have. If you could have got an extra pick and this tight end that you want, because you'll have. Why not?
That was 20 minutes ago. All I could think of is maybe they're just 2 things. The compensation wasn't enough. And at that time, maybe they were looking at it as, man, we're going to have one of our guys on that board. And Steven will always say, well, who am I trading away from? And maybe at that time, there was just too many players for them to be like, yeah, we'll trade down. But now, the pick is in. Dallas is up next. Chat, see ya. I'm not even looking over here.
We're not gonna do it. We want the real.
Now, Foots,
talk to me.
I would call Cincinnati.
Okay, you call Cincinnati. Who are you? Yeah, because you still have what you need.
I could probably be upset that I passed on a Nolan, but if I'm Dallas, you still got to pick a litter of your tight ends. So. Oh, because I want to prepare ourselves here.
Why is Will Levis smiling?
Not Buffalo.
It's not Buffalo. It's not Jackson.
Are you watching ESPN?
Yeah.
He's been smiling. We've been saying that for like three different teams.
That's true. Let me
Should we be preparing ourselves here for Mayer or Kincaid or Washington or Musgrave or Laporta? Tight end.
I think the pick's Mayer. And by default, I mean
Mayer just feels extremely strong here.
And we're gonna marry it, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna marry that pick. You know, we're gonna marry that pick with the rest of our draft, like we do, because that's what we do, Sky. So we get this pick.
Pick is in. So Dallas
is on the clock. It's officially on the clock. I'm not gonna look at Twitter. I'm actually gonna just turn my phone off because if I don't, I'm gonna want to look at it, and I don't care the overreaction. I'm gonna give our thoughts, Sky, and then we'll jump off. And
yeah, don't get on Twitter because they usually
my phone's off.
Yeah,
my phone's off.
Had that joint
like my phone is like I'm pressing buttons on my phone. It's off. I've just turned it off, and I'm not even looking at the chat. So you guys won't steal my joy. I'm gonna get it from the TV.
Guys will steal my joy,
and we'll talk about it that way.
Sky,
to you.
Put the network on here.
I'm not even looking at my phone because I don't want any updates.
Yeah, notification. I had to turn off my noties.
What's still available? Nolan. I don't think Joey Porter is going to be the pick.
It'd be Nolan. You know,
I don't think that they like his size. I think
Miller,
they probably look at him as a
Von Miller long in the tooth.
He is.
Are they coming to the podium for you?
I tell you this, Scott. You about to get a good football player.
Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah!
Got us. Jumped us.
Yep.
Might have did us a favor. Has injury issues. Might have did us a favor. Had the back. Remember, Scott, we're not gonna overreact. Now, you want me to turn my TV down?
Not my pick.
Yeah, that's true.
My
TV's turned down. My TV's turned down, Sky.
I think Nolan would have been a pick, bro. You don't jump. You don't jump Dallas if you don't think it's gonna be Nolan. Okay, so Nolan Smith going. Both. Wait.
No. Scott, Dalton Kincaid went.
Kincaid?
Yeah, Kincaid went to Buffalo. I don't know why who's telling you that. Kincaid went to Buffalo.
Kincaid?
Dalton Kincaid is a Buffalo Bill. Dallas is on the clock.
Yeah, because I just refreshed and I'm seeing Nolan Smith is still here.
Yeah, Nolan Smith is on the board. Okay. Dalton Kincaid is not.
Take that back.
Yeah.
So Kincaid's off the board. So they jump. So you know what that means, though, bro?
Mares.
Right. Because if they're jumping Dallas, they got their tight end. They wanted to get that tight end.
Yeah.
So we're thinking Mayer to pick here.
Mayer's the pick. You come back tomorrow and you reset your board and you go from there. Dallas is gonna, for TV purposes, Dallas is gonna take this all the way down. We're at 4 minutes and 27 seconds. So Dallas is gonna take this all the way down because that's what the Cowboys do. Sky. So
it just feels like Mayer, based off what the Bills did.
Yeah, it's gonna be Mayer. It's gonna be Mayer. Which again, you covered yourself so well that I'm not gonna freak out.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm looking for. I need O-line tomorrow. So if
Buffalo,
look, we try to talk ourselves into.
I don't like them. I don't like them getting
the
tight end. I don't like Buffalo getting the tight end.
Well, it's funny thing. In the mock we did with PFF, they mocked Mayer to Buffalo. Some of these mocks, man, it's spot on. Let's try to guess here. Where we at? Dallas is on the clock. 3 minutes. I'm saying, if they do go Mayer, which this just feels so like Mayer, unless it's a tight end.
He's in the room. He hasn't gotten a call.
Let me just say that tight end. If it is tight end, do we think in the Via? Do we think a Jonathan Mingo, Anton Harrison still on the board? DeJuan
They're
Jones?
still talking, Sky. They're still talking. Well, Sky, they're still talking.
Okay,
Mike
is leading. Be made, but
Mike is leading. Mike, listen.
Yeah, I'm watching him.
You see, okay, cool.
So
They're
what are you
saying
what
that
are you
3
in,
minutes.
what are you speculating? What do you think?
I don't know if they're not there. The room isn't sold. The room isn't sold, Sky. Breaking news. I'm here to tell you. I'm not on Twitter or nothing. I'm looking at body language. I'm a body
About
language
to say
guy.
breaking news. What you know?
I'm just saying the room isn't sold.
I mean that's fine and dandy, but what do you think is going to happen? Tight end, right? That's what you think. We believe tight end here. I'm trying to psych myself out of it.
Dallas doesn't look prepared to me, Sky. I don't know now. Dallas doesn't look prepared.
What do you mean they don't look prepared?
Dude,
They got a board. Their board is their board. They're probably looking. They're probably having a conversation of Nolan, Mayer, and Porter.
You think so?
Maybe that's the conversation. I think they prepared. I just think it's a tough decision right here.
Why are you letting this get down to the second minute? 2 minutes still?
Yo, Foots is so nervous, man. That's not that long, brother. Like we seen Pickens come in here under a minute, man.
No, I get that part of it, but I'm also like, I don't know. Maybe I could be reading too much.
No,
into it.
you're excited for the pick, man. But they look, bottom line, they got the pick of the litter here. Nolan, Mayer, Joey, and Miles Murphy. You got to walk away with one of them, right? I guess you can go Steve Avila if you want to get your lineman now. Cannot be Musgrave. It cannot be Laporta. Osiris Torrance is still there. If you like, I want to get me a mauler. I know Vosh don't believe he's a mauler, but you want to get your offensive guard. They just showed the war room again. Not
Where's
much
the war
movement.
room?
They're pretty stoic here.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me see.
That's all I was saying, Scott. I'm nervous, but I'm also just like, I'm just
I
reading.
wonder if it's because the pick is in, because Stephen Jones is smiling.
Steven's smiling now.
And Jerry is smiling. I wonder if they're on the phone with somebody.
I think they might be getting out of there, Sky.
You in a prime position too. Look, call Kansas City again. AKC, what y'all want to come up here for?
They're getting out of there, Scott. Oh, hold on. Nope, they just clapped. Let's see. They're clapping, high-fiving.
Picks in.
Nah, they haven't put the graphic on that the pick is in.
Well, I'm just going off of what you're saying here. I'm on.
All right, the pick is in. The pick is in. I'm not gonna say it. Or do you want me to break it, Sky?
You got the pick?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. I want you to break it because you already ahead, and I can't. I don't want to hear your emotion, and then I gotta react after. So whenever you get it, let me know when it's. Yeah, they're clapping. I'm way behind. So whenever you get it, let me know.
Do you want the player or do you just want me to say the pick?
The whole thing.
Okay.
The whole day. I can't.
I'm gonna be happy with the pick. I'm gonna be happy with the pick. You're at pick 26. You're a good team.
Yeah,
get a good football.
You're gonna get a good player here.
And you got to draft, and you draft well.
Just don't let it be Musgrave.
It was just interesting to me, Scott, that the room. It looked like Mike was like, "Hold on," like he did this gesture, like slow down, like one of these, Scott. You know when you talk to your McCarthy did that.
No. I just saw him dap up. I think one of the coaches here. Oh,
you were trying to see, but look, he tried to.
Is that Lunda? Nah, that's not Lunda.
He did this.
That's Scott McCorley.
Hey, Scott, bad boy. My man's an investigator.
That's how they when we used to watch it. I don't even know. It might be on .com. On .com, they would have the War Room Cam. In fact, that's probably what I should be watching. They had the War Room Cam, and you can get a little hint who's coming in there. Right, you get a position coach and whatnot. But do you got it?
No, Louis Riddick is really well spoken, Scott. He's basically I'm just checking. Man. He was basically saying kind of what me and Vox were saying, like when you got to control the offensive line and stuff like that, you know you got to be careful. He's like, Mayor, this, that, and the third, but he's like, look at what you're gonna have to deal with in Philly.
I'm worried about this pick, bro. Still
We'll talk about what
you gotta lead me in because I'm behind. You gotta lead me in. Who do you think is going to be?
And you have I think the pick's gonna be Michael Mayer. All right, I'm gonna just play the sound too, Sky, so you get it.
Safe.
You can hear it through me.
Okay.
In the 2023 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Mozzie Smith.
Oh! What a pick!
Let's go! Oh hell
Whoa!
Yeah! Oh hell yeah!
Whoa!
Talk about Dan Quinn knows what wins, and it's Mozzie freaking Smith, baby.
Wow.
Oh, I love this pick. This is a whole 180 of the past Dallas Cowboys, man.
Shout out to you,
Oh my
Mike McCarthy,
goodness.
for getting out the way.
Let's go. I love it. I absolutely love it.
As well.
Are
I
you
love it
kidding
as
me?
well. I've
been trying. Oh man, we just had this conversation today about the interior defensive line because we were talking about what Baldinger said and getting dudes. I believe Mozzie can be a dude. Period. That's why I was cool with taking him in round one.
Defensive line,
Are you kidding me?
with this defensive line, you got a true one now.
Are you kidding me?
Look at him. My man got his shirt off. Wow.
Oh, I love this one, man. Come on.
Wow.
My bad. Go ahead, take it away. Break it down, Foots.
You got a guy that's going to keep your linebackers free. You got a guy that's going to push the pocket. You got a guy that can stop the run. The sack numbers won't be great. I don't care. At pick 26, he comes in instantly. He's going to be a gritty player. I love the fact that they didn't reach for tight end. I don't care that it wasn't, who we thought or who you thought. It's the fact that they didn't reach. They stuck to their board. They had Mozzie Smith rated a certain way. And this is awesome, dude. And you still have a lot of good players for you in the second round, Scott. This is awesome. This was it.
And this is a fantastic fit, brother. Fantastic. He's a guy that can control the line of scrimmage. I know everybody want to talk about TCU game. I know everybody does that. So he didn't dominate TCU the way he may have with some other people. So he doesn't get a whole bunch of sacks, although I don't think that was his goal. Mozzie Smith, for this type of defense, the whole stunts and all that stuff, you need a guy that can control a two gap. And that's what they do with a Jonathan Hankins. He's two gapping for the most part. And then when they say go get the Q, he's just pushing dudes back in their lap. Mozzie going to help keep dudes clean. He's stupid athletic for his size. Is he a Kalijah Kancey? No. But I think,
but he moves well for that size.
I think he got twitched for 330 or whatever he is.
He's not Vita Vea.
No,
for sure.
No, he ain't Vita Vea. Vita Vea 350 and moved away, and can pass rush the way pass rush. But I am absolutely in love with this pick, man. I've been talking about Mozzie for a while. I wanted Mozzie Smith. I didn't care if it was round 1 or round 2. I thought he was worthy. You're picking at 26. I don't know why we acting like we picking at 6. So Mozzie Smith, welcome to the Cowboys, man. I think this is a great fit. I'm excited.
I'll be completely honest with you. I think what Mike McCarthy was saying when he did this guy, he's saying we'll have some other pieces available in the second and third round, looking at the way the board is falling. So if you still want to go get a tight end that you can dominate over the middle of the field, seams, all that type of stuff, do it.
God, they pass on a damn tight end.
Yeah, in the first one. It just doesn't make sense. I'm going to tell you like this. We may look back on this draft and say that was the steal of the draft. And I'm going to tell you why.
Mozzie?
Your D-line, because your D-line is already good. Now you won't have those issues in the middle of the year with stopping the run. You're just not, because you already re-signed Hankins. Woo!
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, dog.
Yo, I'm telling you, Mozzie Smith, to me, I think if I go put out find the damn video, he was kind of that last piece of the young nucleus on the defensive side of the ball. You got your young pieces on the outside. You got your young pieces in regards to Michael Parsons, Sam Williams on the edges. You got young linebackers. You didn't have a young dude. I want Osa to be that guy, but I think Mozzie can do two different things. He can be 1 tech and 3 tech. But you didn't have that young dude that can throwing people. Go look at these this all 22.
So for me, Sky, he's your one because you have 23s on his team.
Right. Yeah. I'm just saying.
No, I see what you're saying. But he plays. He has a bag.
He has a 3-tech bag.
He has a 3-tech bag. Yes.
So when you could put Mozzie out there with any combination, is what I'm getting at, right? Like, so if you can't have Bohanna and Hankins both out there, but you could put Mozzie out there with anyone, and he will give you some quickness. He can get in that backfield. And look, I know he didn't have the sack production, but I don't think that was his role.
That's not his role.
That wasn't his role.
He's never going to be a sack guy in the NFL. Get ready. He's Deron Payne.
I think Deron Payne had level. I think he can be a 4 to 5 sack guy if they allow him to be a 4 to 5 sack guy, meaning he ain't stunting all day and just trying to open up things for people. If they just let him bully dudes, get in their chest, use his strength and quickness and athleticism, I think he can affect the quarterback.
Here's why.
Love this pick, man.
Here's why I could care less about sacks. I don't need my one. I need my one tech to two gap. I need my one tech to get TFLs. I need my one tech
Yeah.
to leave my backers free.
Yeah.
I don't care. I do not care about. I swear to God, I don't. This team, we had specific needs niche wise, right? Specific needs niche wise. Could have went guard. These guards fell. There's going to be some guys in the third and in the second round, guard, receiver, tight end. I think that you'll see a run. I think we'll see 3 to 4 straight offensive players drafted coming forward.
Bro, I don't even know who else got drafted. I'm just so excited about this pick. Did we miss the next pick?
I can tell. No, we didn't. Jacksonville's back on the clock. I can see Dallas even trading back up. But I say this, and I mean this. This is Dallas saying we want to win a championship because we want to stop the run. Dallas looked at Philly's offensive line and said, we have to do something in the middle of our defense. Remember I was saying, Sky, linebacker, D tackle is a possibility.
D tackle, when we did we do our on the clock? Did we do DT? I can't remember if we did DT.
We didn't. That was one of the position groups we didn't get to.
We should have did DT. Because when we brought up Mozzie a while ago, we kind of went through the whole reasonings of why. Defensive tackle, even though you signed Jonathan Hankins, I don't think you were ever safe there. Like Jonathan Hankins is not going to be here forever, number one. Looks like offensive tackle just went. Anton Harrison. You know what's funny?
He's from the DMV area. He was really good in basketball here. I'm happy for him.
Their guy just got suspended, if I'm not mistaken. So they had to take this guy. But anyway, defensive tackle was not a position that you could wait on if you wanted to get a dude. What I mean by wait on, round 5, we're just going to wait to round 5 and get a trash can full of dirt. I had a list, bro, of names where impact defensive tackles, where they went in the draft. 95% of them went in round 1 or 2. You know, the Fletcher Coxes of the world, the Chris Joneses, the Paynes, the Allens, the Buckners, the Armsteads, the other Alabama, all these Alabama kids. If you want to get a guy, you got to get your guy. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna just wait to round 5. You got to go get your guy, and I think Mozzie can be that guy.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very excited because I've always said like, yo, like this defense right now is ahead of this offense. Let's make this defense outstanding. Now we can clean up certain things on the offense. I think you helped yourself on this offense with getting Brandon Cooks. People don't know how big that Brandon Cooks signing was. Like they don't. Like I'm telling you, man, Mozzie is going to have instant impact on his defense because, first of all, where he's going to have a specific role. Stop the run. Day one, that's what you're going to do. The rest, we'll figure it out. If you can do that day one, we're good.
And I think he's going to be active in the backfield, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you saw the difference when Jonathan, and that's another reason why they probably put a premium on it. Look how the team looked without Jonathan Hankins, bro, against the run. McCarthy said it. You have to earn the right to get to the quarterback, right? Earn the right to get to the quarterback. And yes, we play well in the playoffs because we play well in regards to the run in the playoffs. But Jonathan Hankins ain't going to be around long. Jonathan Hankins is up there in age. You need to get a core dude to plug in there for when Hank is gone or when he's off the field, and you can build with the Micah Parsons on one side, Sam Williams on another side. You know, Damone Clark or whoever they may draft, tomorrow at linebacker. But you needed to stop playing. And Dan Quinn, and the reason why I'm so excited about saying Dan Quinn came to Dallas and said, all this mess y'all talking about with these positions y'all don't value, you're missing out. What did he come in here and do? Immediately when it got impact safeties. Yeah. Re-signed Donovan Wilson. Drafted for the first time in decades a trash can full of dirt, one tech in Bohanna. Granted, 6th round, but whatever. And comes back in year 3, and what does he do? He gets that defensive tackle in round 1. Dallas don't draft defensive tackles in round 1. Dan Quinn does. So look, for those who may not like the pick, the Cowboys should have earned your trust. You want to build through the trenches? You can do that on the defensive side of the ball too. This is a good pick, man. You're not going to talk me out of this being a bad pick. I'm sorry. And don't try to Taco Charlton this thing.
Yeah,
This ain't Taco.
yeah, yeah. Nah, Mozzie can go. Yeah, I'm just glad we didn't reach on. There goes Miles Murphy. Cool. I'm so glad we didn't reach on a tight end.
Man, I didn't think they would do it. We talked about some of the dark horse names. We briefly mentioned Miles and kind of blew by. I just didn't think they'd do it. But this shows me Dan Quinn has say. Now, remember we talked about there was two coaches that were smiling down there. Aiden Durde and Lunda Wells. Aiden Durde got his guy.
Yeah, nah, I'm very excited because he's gonna push the pocket. I mean, is he Jalen Carter? No, but what he's gonna do for the rest of that defense, pushing the pocket wise, we got to remember, Scott. There aren't a lot of good offensive lines in this league, but you have a good one in your division, and so you got to. I think that they can deal with. I think they could do a great job with the edges, but we got gutted at times last year. Not this year. With Hankins and Mozzie Smith, sign me up. Sign me up. I'm serious, guys. Backers are going to be running free. I tell you that.
Yes. And they might get another one tomorrow.
Yeah.
So this is the first time they selected a defensive tackle in the first round since Russell Maryland.
How did Russell Maryland work out for you?
Fantastically.
That's what I'm saying. And his production isn't always going to, like, you're not going to say, oh, he left the game with 10 tackles and this. But if, who's our, if LVE's flying around, if this person's flying around, their tackle production goes up and he's pushing the pocket and he's getting pressures and he's doing these things and he's keeping the run numbers down. Like this was a you want to stay in the hierarchy of the NFC.
I don't know who I can reach back in time and think about when it comes to the production and how it kind of got reversed in the NFL. But I just have this sneaky suspicion that we are going to see more pass rush production from him in the NFL. I think that's why Aiden and Coach AD and Dan Quinn and Jerry Jones were on board here. Just because his role wasn't to get to the passer in Michigan doesn't mean it can't happen in the NFL. And if it's one thing I remember what Jerry said about drafting Michael Parsons, can he rush the passer? Dan Quinn said yes. I feel like Jerry probably looked over and said, Dan, do you think Mozzie has the tools to get to the pass rusher? There's no way you can turn on the film, see how he moves, see how strong his hands are, see his quickness, and think he can't beat some bum guard or he can't beat a guy with his quickness and his strength. I think he got the tools to be a guy that can get to the queue. I ain't saying he's gonna be, Jonathan Allen, right?
Yeah.
But who's the cat from Alabama that just signed with he signed with the Browns? He was with Minnesota and New York. Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Dalvin Tomlinson gets you like 4 or 5 sacks a season.
He's a good player.
But he's a run guy, but he gets you 4 or 5 sacks a season.
Yeah.
Full-time Mozzie Smith, I don't see why he couldn't do that.
I think he has Deron Payne upside to me personally. I truthfully believe that. That's why he was the first name that came to mind for me. Same type of build. I mean, he's 325, dog.
He's a big boy.
But can move.
And can move, yes.
So now, hey, you want to put him at 3 and do some things. Hey, Mozzie, go push that guard who's been struggling all game. Just push him into the quarterback's lap, and we're gonna stunt with Micah and D-Law. Cool. Go bench press him, Mozzie.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of imagination that Dan Quinn has. Dallas showed how much they trust Dan Quinn with this pick.
Yes, facts.
You hit it on the head right there, Sky. Right then and right there.
There's no way they're making this pick without asking Dan Quinn how do you view this guy? Where do you see him? He's a first round pick defensive tackle, fam. If you think that they don't think he can do some pass rush things, you're out your mind.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, they would just wait until round 5 and get their trash can full of dirt guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it. I'm me personally. Like this is why I love doing shows like this.
Here you go.
With this is why you got me, Sky.
Yeah, it just had a little break up there.
Got a little weird. This is why I love doing shows like this with somebody like yourself, because we've done the work, we've done the homework, and like I'm excited, man.
Yeah, look, man, I did not think this would happen. I kind of talked myself out of Mozzie. Um, but defensive tackle, man, it was one of them positions that the Cowboys absolutely needed to address at some point. And if they didn't, then go sign a guy, right? Go sign your now Robinson's off the market, but go sign one of those dudes. Now they don't have to. They could bring another guy in to push a no more Carlos Watkins, but they can push a Bo Hanna and push these other guys on the roster. But man, if this doesn't get you fired up, I don't know. Maybe you got the player wrong, or maybe we're not really thinking about the trenches, the impact that the trenches can help in the second level. Think
Yeah,
about LVE. How this helps him. He ain't going nowhere. He playing. This helps him.
I think so many people had their guy. They wanted who they wanted. And I get it. And I understand that, right?
Yeah.
You know.
But so all right, fair enough. Because I said you're gonna have your emotional reaction to it, myself as well. So, but when you take your emotions out of it, does it make sense? How does it fit? Where does it help the Cowboys be better? It makes sense because you needed a defensive tackle of the future, specifically a one tech type guy who can do some inside outside things, or one tech, three tech things, who can have some upside beyond just being a 350-pound guy that's going to stop the run. It helps you stop the run, which helps the linebackers, which helped the pass rush, et cetera, et cetera. This is a trickle down effect type of pick, man. Potentially, obviously, these guys can all bust, but the upside of it.
Let's marry it with the rest of our draft. I don't think the Dallas will go defense for the next 3 picks.
All right, let's see.
That's just me.
So we got pick 58 tomorrow, pick 90, 58 and 90 tomorrow. There's 2 more picks left. Jeez. Do you think Philly is going
Joey Porter?
Nolan Smith, man. Can you imagine these boys get 4 Georgia guys?
The whole Georgia D line. I don't know if they go.
Whole Georgia D line.
Yeah.
Anyway, before they make their pick here, the Saints pick is in. They pick Ryan Breesy.
Listen, this pick tells me that Dallas wants to win a championship, dude. Not be cute. They want to play good football down the stretch.
Crazy is this? Michael Mayer about to fall out the first round.
All these tight ends that they were fluffing about, and that's what we were talking about.
It made no sense. It made no sense to take a damn tight end, bro.
It does feel good, Scott. We were spot on with that. Like, all these tight ends are out of there, dude, because they don't affect the game in that way. Even Kincaid, I don't think that I saw possibly the Chargers. I don't think that all these teams have first round grades on these guys, Sky. I don't.
So as we wrap up here, there's 2 more picks left. Obviously, a couple of these players can go. Porter could go to Philly, but if he doesn't, he's now in the second round. Brian Branch could also be a Philly option, but he could potentially be in the second round. But let's just talk for Dallas, right? Because
let's do it.
They're not going to take a defensive tackle here in this round, but names still available here. Steve Avila is there for tomorrow.
You gotta hoist the players.
Darnell Washington could potentially still be there.
Yeah.
If you want to go corner and Porter's off the board, Tyreek Stevenson, all those damn tight ends are going to be there.
You got a lot of receivers, dude.
Yeah. We're probably not going defensive line here.
Can I ask you a question? Does this go back to? I hate to cut you off, but this just came to my mind, right?
Hmm?
Sky, the Cowboys agree with you
about what?
They like our tight ends on the roster.
Come on.
Yeah, I was about to say, what my drop, Sky? What we?
Yeah, and I don't like it, but what are we doing here?
Let me pop your collar. We got our suits on.
They see Hendo and Ferg out there.
Come on.
No, I'm just playing.
Come on.
But seriously.
No. Pop your collar, Sky. Pop it. Talk your talk.
I mean, they clearly like their guys a lot because they had.
I just knew that tight end stuff was gonna piss me off, Sky. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They had what many considered the top 1 or 2 tight end in the draft staring right at him, and they said, "Nah, we good. We good. We taking a defensive tackle. All y'all tight end mother effers in the first round, they took a defensive tackle."
Here we go. He's Tristan Hill.
Ferguson can.
Here we go.
Ferguson
He's
can
Tristan-
what?
Here we go. He's Tristan Hill 2.0. Stop it. Just stop. People don't know ball. They don't know what they're looking at. Let me tell you something. That Michigan defense was great.
Tristan Hill was a
people are gonna go to the
people
people are gonna talk about the TCU
but
game.
Tristan Hill was a 3-tech upfield guy. Like he was an upfield pass rusher. So anybody saying Tristan Hill 2.0 quite literally doesn't know what they're talking about. And I don't like to do that, but you clearly have the player wrong. Mozzie Smith is a run defender with the pass rush, with the athleticism upside. I'll say that. Where Tristan Hill was a pass rush guy.
You had an issue stopping the run last year.
Completely the opposite.
You had to move linebackers up. You had to do certain things stopping the run. Like it was an issue. People got to understand that part of it. You couldn't stop the run last year, Scott, without using resources.
Without going out and getting Jonathan Hankins.
Yeah, without going out getting Jonathan Hankins. Yeah, when we get off of this, Scott, I'm going to go ahead on my channel because I don't want people coming in with that stuff. It's ridiculous. Dallas has a plan. They got wiped out. You got wiped out a receiver.
No, Mozzie's not a pass rusher. Nobody said he was a pass rusher. Mozzie's a run defender with the athleticism to be effective if they just allow him to use his athleticism. But look, man, this ain't Tristan Hill is what I'm saying.
He's a run defender who opens up your pass rushers. How about that?
Like for those that are saying, like, did you really watch Mozzie Smith's tape? Not highlights. Because then you would know his role. He was two gapping a whole lot, man.
I give Okoye Media a lot of credit.
Go watch Okoye's, man. Go watch Okoye's breakdown. Just go watch it.
Okoye, I got to give him flowers. Got to give my brother Okoye flowers.
Bro, they're going to get Nolan Smith here.
I'm actually really excited about this pick. I could care less who they get. I'm really excited about this Mozzie pick because this gives you a chance to stop their run game, which is really good.
Yeah, so great point.
Yeah.
Go look at week whatever that was, 6. When did the Cowboys play? Week 6. When we needed to get a stop, those boys wasn't rushing for 10 yards of carry. They was.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that point on my video.
They was getting 3 yards of pop right up the middle.
I'm gonna use that.
Right up the middle.
I'm gonna use that video that point, Scott, on my video.
The Eagles could potentially come out the last 2 drafts with Davis, N'Kobe Dean, Carter, and Smith, all Georgia cats. And
what if Mozzie is a better player than both of those
Eagles picked
T tackles?
They picked them, bro.
That's okay. We're not gonna overreact.
Man, that is fantastic for them.
What is Okoye's Twitter handle? I can't even find it.
He's on there.
Let me see.
Yeah, he on there.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Parsons loves to pick Cowboys Nation.
Yo.
Yeah. Yo,
look at the text, man.
You hear that?
I told you
we did the work.
Let me down,
they gotta deal with it.
You can't hear that, but Michael Parsons loves to pick.
What does it say?
I'm playing the audio now. 1 second.
Okay, play it.
You can't
Michigan DT, you texted him today at 3:27, and he responded, "I'm all about that life," with 6 exclamation points. And then you wrote, "Please."
We about that life.
Come on, Micah. Talk to him, baby.
How do you feel, Mr. Micah Parsons?
What'd he say, Scott? What'd he say, Scott?
You be sick, AJ.
Come on, Micah. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this audio.
Wow.
Hold on. Let me get you.
Huge.
Don't do me like that, man.
Huge.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Let me get you. Hold on. Give me a second, because I'm gonna have to mute some things here. I'm gonna have to mute you for 1 quick second. Micah hype. I love it. I love it. Damn. Did I get rid of that? Okay. No. Boom. Out. Main. Say something real quick, bro.
Yo.
Can say it again one more time?
Yo.
All right, they can hear you. Can you hear this?
Select Mozzie Smith.
No.
Let's go, man.
You can't hear that?
Let's go. Damn, dude.
You can?
No, I can't.
Yo.
No.
Never mind.
Yo, look at the text, man. I told you. Damn.
Go. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you in DMs. Let me move that. Let me bring you back. Did they take him? Did they take Nolan?
I don't know. I'm actually.
I know. We all over the place right now. 1 second.
This has been fun, Sky. This has been one of the more fun drafts, man. Because people were all over the place with these.
It was
picks.
so unpredictable. After, like I said, about the seventh or eighth guy, there really was no excuse me, no consensus.
Okay, so I just got a tweet that I'm back on Twitter now. I just got a tweet that they are gonna take
Nolan Smith.
Yeah. It's fine.
I mean, look,
Injury issue, big injury issue.
Philly sat there and got some damn dogs, though. Literally.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Dang, Micah turned. I see the video. I can't hear the
You
sound.
see,
Yeah.
you got to turn the sound on, bro. He's turned. I'm about to
This is
text.
crazy.
I'm about to text Mr. Reese right now. Hold on.
Smith. Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Damn, dude. Yo. Look at the text, man. I told you. Damn, would let me down, man.
Micah know his stuff.
He do. Remember what Micah said?
You want me to read it?
He talked about wanting to get a Deron Payne type dude, man. He wanted to get a guy in that middle to help him out, and they just did that.
And he responded, I'm all about that life with 6 exclamation points. And then you wrote, please.
Dog, nah, this crazy. This is crazy. Still, this is crazy.
What's that?
That Micah a bad boy, huh?
Micah
got pulled. But you know what? Watch this. Build the team around your best player. I don't want to hear nothing else. If Micah wanted Joey Porter, go get him.
Yeah.
Y'all crazy. Build the team around the best player on this football team. You outside your mind.
And they didn't take one of them damn tight ends too. I mean, now I don't give a damn what they do. You want to take a tight end tomorrow, whatever. I mean, you help the trenches. However, and we'll talk about this. You good for tomorrow too, right?
I'm locked in tomorrow.
Right.
Yep.
I'm really targeting line tomorrow, bro.
You targeting the line?
I'm targeting offensive line tomorrow, fam.
Okay, so we'll regroup. We'll regroup tomorrow, Sky.
Yeah,
I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna get on my channel.
Same here. I gotta eat. I'm getting one of them hungry headaches. Look, man,
because you on in the morning too, right, Sky?
I'm on in the morning. Yeah.
Can I want to do a segment with you in the morning as we regroup?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
You got work tomorrow?
I do, but I can sneak away for you.
Only reason why I ask is because I'll hit you up as early as I usually do when you come on. So I probably hit you up probably about 7 o'clock or something.
Sounds good.
7 my time, 8 your time. But look, Foots, bro, look, we're gonna rock tomorrow, so I ain't got to do the whole goodbyes thing. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. We're gonna recap round 1, talk more about this pick, who's left on the board, which direction they need to go. I appreciate y'all for jumping in here. This is quite literally a reaction type of stream. Normally, y'all know how we do it. It's more of an organized situation, but these reaction streams are a bit different. I appreciate y'all for coming in. We held about 4 something deep. Thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow for rounds 2 and 3. We'll probably come on around 45-ish or something like that, and we'll break it all down, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Cowboys got a good one. I'm telling you, Cowboys got a good one. However, if you don't believe so, call in tomorrow in the morning. Let's talk about the pick, man. We will see y'all then. But let's go Cowboys. Appreciate your Foots.